Happy Turkey Day, everybody. This may be a little bit late, but I'm sorry I didn't post this earlier, so you can take notes and you can keep this for next year. But I am going to show you how to brine a turkey. Um, Now, you may have had a turkey or you may have tried a turkey. It's not the same as cooking a chicken. So when you cook a chicken is smaller and it has more moisture. Turkey meat by nature is a little bit dry, and when you put it in the oven to roast it whole, the breast meat is very thick and plump and the legs not as plump. So the legs turn out to be a little bit overcooked, but you have to overcook it in order to cook the breast meat straight through. So there's a little trick to getting over that. It's called brining a turkey. So you get a brine mix that looks like this. And it may have some spices in there, but you can always customize it to whatever spices you want. So if you want the traditional American flavor, you can put more peppercorn or bay leaves or rosemary or thyme, that sort of thing. But I'm actually gonna add a packet of tandoori masala, but that's actually the second step. So I'm gonna get into those spices in just a second. Right now I'm gonna do the brining. And so what we have here is in this kit comes a bag. This is your brining bag, and it's a huge bag to fit. I mean, like you could fit a 30-pound turkey in there. I have a very small turkey because my husband doesn't like turkey, so he's gonna have chicken. So I have a 13-pound turkey. Now what you do is you want to combine this brine mix with a quart of water. And I have the water in there. So you're just gonna dump that in just like that. And then you're gonna bring that to a boil. Okay, I'm gonna mix that up. So while that's boiling, I'm just gonna show you, if you can show in there. So it's got some herbs in there, but it has a lot of salt. So this is gonna be your brining liquid. So there's a method to this. So this is the first step. We're gonna bring this to a boil. And then while that's boiling, you're supposed to set up your bag. And you're gonna take the turkey out and place it into the bag breast side down. So we'll come to that in just a second with part two. So now we have our brine mixture that's boiling. Okay, it's boiling. So we're gonna, it smells like a lot of rosemary. We're gonna turn that off, okay? And then we're gonna dump a gallon of cold water in that. And I'm just gonna dump that in there just to let it cool down, but I'm gonna put it back in here. So I'm going to give that a stir. Just bring this over to my very assistant right now. And I'm going to dump this in here. Now this mixture has to cool because you obviously cannot put hot liquid over a cold turkey because it's going to start to cook on the outside. So we don't want that to happen. So we want this to cool down. So I'm going to get all that goodness in there. Okay, I'm going to refrigerate this, and you want to refrigerate this until it just gets really, really cold. So, I'm going to set that in there for maybe an hour or so. You could put ice in it, and that would take up some of the water into your, but it needs to be like a gallon plus the quart that you already put in there. Now, going back to the seasoning mix, it comes with the bag and the brine mix and then this herb packet. And so what we want to do is we want to hang on to this herb packet. We're going to use that when we get ready to cook the turkey. So right now what I've done is I've taken my turkey out of that bag that it came in the store, and I place it in the bag breast side down. So when you brine it, you want it to be breast side down because that's the thickest part of the meat. And when this mixture cools, I'm going to show you in a little bit, we're going to dump this into the bag and then we're going to fill it up with cold water to submerge the entire turkey. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight pretty much. But if you're in a pinch and you're not going to make your turkey until tomorrow night, it's 30 minutes to 1 hour per pound. So I have a 12.5-pound turkey, so at least 12 hours it's gonna sit. Or you can do it overnight. You can't really overdo it, so if you put it in there for 24 hours, nothing's gonna happen. So we'll come back to that in just a second. Oh, and the most important part, you have to have the wine. You know me by now. You have to have the wine while you do this. That's the secret to getting a very wine. Okay, we need a little bit more because when I pull the bag together, it didn't quite cover. And then this is going to go in the fridge until tomorrow morning. Give it a little turkey bath. May your turkey never be dry. There's nothing worse than a dry cooked turkey. Okay, I think that will do it. Let's see. Yep, that works. Well, a little bit more. See if that does it. Yes. So we can seal this bag up. Wax some of that here. And since we did breast side down, the breast meat is definitely all the way submerged. Oh, one more thing that I forgot. You want to show what's in the sink. When you buy your turkey, this is a very common thing that people do. So don't feel bad if you've done it or didn't think about it. But when you buy your turkey, you have a neck piece and then you've got giblets inside. So the giblets are a part of the turkey. It's like a part of its digestive system and it gives the flavor and the stuffing. So a lot of people like to use it. So if you can see right here, that bag, I've removed the neck and the giblet pieces. So there's a little bag in there and you want to remove that before you bake it. So even if you don't want to do this, you have to remove that still. You can put that in the oven, and if you do that, it's gonna burn. So it's in like a little paper bag, so you have to take that out. So please don't forget that. Also, there may be a thermometer that's inbuilt, like a little pop-up thermometer, and you want to leave that in even if you're gonna follow different directions, because it's a meat thermometer, and you have to cook the turkey to an internal temperature of at least 165, otherwise it's not going to be safe to eat. I have a meat thermometer that I'm going to show you tomorrow when I put this in the oven. So if yours doesn't come with one, it might be too late to get one, but in the future you could always order one. So this is sealed. As you can see, my turkey is nicely submerged, so I'm just going to mix that up, make sure the water is nicely mixed. Okay. And I'm gonna put this in the fridge just like that with the roasting pan. I got my roasting pan, oh it's heavy, from Bed Bath & Beyond. And it comes with this little tray. So this is gonna go, oh, this was really heavy. Okay, I'm gonna shove that bag in. I should probably let some of the air out of that. There we go. Sleep tight, little turkey. Okay, so he's gonna stay there for tonight. So in the morning, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that out and we're gonna combine some spices. So I'll show you tomorrow morning, and we'll do that about 6 hours before my mystery guest arrives. So none of you have guessed who it is, but when mystery guest arrives, she's gonna have this beautiful turkey waiting for her. I can't wait. So, cheers.